After watching this video, everyone will be so rizzed by your characters. They will simp after your characters and they will just be insanely obsessed. They will watch like a million after a million thirst trap edits of your characters. Because literally, I have not even published my book yet, and my friends and the real cult are insanely obsessed with my characters. So I feel like I actually know just how to get everyone to be insanely rizzed by your characters. So first, what you need to think about is how many like characters do you even want? Because you can look at different character dynamics. For example, if you want a cast of 5, then you can use the 5-man band. If you want a cast of 3, then you can use the trio. Like there's lots of different dynamics for trios, etc. You can also think about the villains. Do you want 1 villain? Do you want 2 villains? And then you can look at the different character dynamics from that. That is a good thing to think about as a starting point. Because for example, with the 5-man band, you have the leader, the lancer, the heart, the big guy, and the strong guy, right? So the leader is basically the person who leads everyone, has the most clout. The lancer is basically either insanely rizzed by the leader or a foil to the leader, or is just low-key jealous of the reader. The heart is who emotionally supports and ties the whole group together. The big guy doesn't necessarily have to be the buffest, but is the most powerful, the most OP. Like you can be a big guy and be a twink. You just need to have like super magical powers, you know. And then the smart guy is basically the only brain cell of the group. And then what you can do is just think, okay, this is my protagonist, this is my protagonist number 2, this is my antagonist, this is background character number 1. Then just brainstorm ideas, like do a mind map, type a bunch of stuff into a Google document for ideas about that character. What I also find really helpful is you can write other characters as well that gives off the same vibe, or people you know in real life, because everyone you meet in real life is a complex character as they're actual humans. Obviously don't scam and steal an actual human's identity, but just like based off vibes. Let me think about actual humans I know and their personality traits as an idea. I'm not saying steal people's identity, like if you get in jail for that one, don't blame me. Then you need to also think about all of your favorite characters. So for example, I'm obsessed with Connor from Detroit Become Human. I feel like I say this in every video, I need to be stopped. But think about the characters that you're obsessed with. Like, I don't know, I love Jesper from Test of Crows. Write down why Jesper is so slay. Write down why all of the characters apart from Matthias don't come for me. Apart from Matthias. But like why I like 5 out of 6 of the crows. And then I write, oh my god, why did Liba Dugo slay? Another thing Liba Dugo said as well is she was like, oh my god, I literally just don't focus on like Liba Dugo, the queen of writing characters, hello 6 crows, literally said this. She was like, oh my god, I don't care whether people like my characters or not, because if you're focused on making your characters likable, they will not become likable. Like for example, did you think Steven Hillenberg was like, oh my god, I need to make Squidward and SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs really likable? No, because they're insanely flawed, but that's why they're so iconic and that's why we like them. For this video, I'm partnering with Ana Luisa. They literally make insanely high quality but actually affordable jewelry pieces. The 2 necklaces I have on right now are from there. This one's called Hannah, this one's called Tallulah, and if you want to be matching with me, there's literally the link in the description to go buy them, because their products eat, okay? Like I'm literally screaming at, also literally whenever I'm just walking down the street or like doing anything, people are literally rizzed and they're like, oh my god, your necklaces are so slay, where did you get them from? So if you want to have W riz, go shop at Ana Luisa. But if you invest in like these, they will actually last for your entire life. Like normally these are gold plated and the gold actually stays on, but if I buy like trash jewelry, literally within 2 days the gold will have disappeared and it won't look lang anymore, and it's just look crusted, rusted, disgusted. Or you can be lang and actually go to Ana Luisa. And also everyone's so riz, like Tallulah is so cute. Oh my god, I like the like 2 little things. One's the iridescent and one's like the jade green color. Amazing. And then also Hannah, the iridescent like gem, iconic. And someone literally was like, oh my gosh, it's a little rose there. There's literally a little rose engraved and it's so cute. And also the gold is gleaming. It's actually gleaming, guys, okay? Would highly recommend. And what would you rather do? Buy trash jewelry that will break in a day, or buy highly affordable, high quality jewelry that will last you a lifetime? Because you need to actually invest in yourself, okay? Why are you gonna buy trash jewelry when it breaks? Or you can buy something really lang, really beautiful, really high quality. Treat yourself. Buy Ana Luisa. Like literally the code is in the description. Literally just go in the description, click on the link and buy it. If you want to be twinning with me, you can get Hannah and Tallulah. Or they have like so many different stuff. They also have rings, they have bracelets, they have anklets, they have earrings, like oh my god. And also my skin is literally insanely sensitive, and like anything you put on it will get like a super injured. Why is my skin actually thriving? Like I'm like allergic to metal, but with this my skin is actually fine, and it's because you need to actually buy high quality materials. And also, okay, Anna and Louisa actually, like their carbon footprint, because everything is ethically sourced and stuff, they actually have no carbon footprint. They have like reversed the carbon footprint. So go to the description and click on the link and get something from Anna and Louisa. Anyways, what you can also do is write down a list of vibes that your character has. So you're just writing it down, you're like, oh my god, this character is giving calculator, this character is giving potato, this character is giving sunset, this character is giving Ron Weasley. I literally just invented the most cursed character, but just write down a bunch of vibes. It can be a sentence, it can be a book, it can be a piano, it can be anything. It can just be whatever you want. Just write down a list of stuff that your character's vibes are, or just like a bunch of fun facts about them. Like, I don't know, this character has a gap in their tooth. Ooh, Julie has a gap in her tooth. Oh my gosh. But yeah, then what you need to do is think of your character's goal, so what your character wants to achieve, and what is their motivation for achieving this goal. And you can actually just write down their backstory. So you have to have their goal, their motivation, and how that motivation is normally comes from their backstory. So write down their backstory, and then you can also have your character need. So your character wants to achieve their goal, right? But what do they need to do to either A, actually achieve their goal? What do they have to change about themselves? Or B, what do they need to learn to realize they were being delulu, the goal is actually dumb, and they should just have a different goal instead, and then 360. Also think about, like, so basically the need is what they need to do to achieve the goal. So you can also think, what is actually stopping them from achieving their goal? Another thing I literally came up with myself and invented, and then I realized Alice Oseman said it in her YouTube video, and then a bunch of other people did, and I was like, damn, I thought I invented that. But when I was in year 9, I was like, oh my god, or year 10, I can't remember which one, each character should have a secret, because either A, the reader might not even know the secret, or the other characters don't know the secret if it's from their POV. Like, for example, let's say the book is from protagonist, and then villain has a secret. The protagonist is like, oh my god, what is villain's secret? Then you're reading it, you want to carry on reading because you're interested, and then that makes villain a really interesting character. Guys, make sure you stay hydrated, drink water please. Speaking of villains, okay, you need to actually make sure that your villain has an actual motivation, okay, has a want, has a need, has a goal, has this, has that, has a secret, because that's how you actually make good villains. Because if you think about it, villains in their eyes are the heroes, period. So you need to actually think, oh my god, what is my villain actually doing? Why do they think what they're doing is justified? Like, I am tired of reading stuff where the villain's motivation is being evil. Like, nobody's motivation is to be evil, okay? Like, we should be using our brain. What is the villain's actual motivation? For example, in Infinity War, Thanos was literally like, oh my god, what I'm doing, I'm literally saving the world by reducing the population in half. I'm saving everyone. But then the Avengers were like, bro, you're being delulu, what is this? Stop it. So you see, from both perspectives, people were like, the Avengers are like, you're literally killing people, but Thanos is like, I'm actually saving the world in the long term. So from both of their POVs, they're justified. I'm not saying make your villain, like, obviously the villain's behavior should not be justified, but it's just an explanation and a point of view on how they see things. And also, don't be afraid to make your hero the villain. Like, they should also be morally grey, they should also have negative traits. Before I carry on with this point, 65% of people who literally watch my channel are not subscribed. What are you guys doing? If you want to join the real cult, make sure you press the subscribe button so I get more clout and you get more iconic videos, because literally I have so many iconic videos coming up. So make sure you subscribe so you can be blessed. Also, turn on notifications. But yeah, anyways, what I was saying is literally you need to make the main characters have flaws, because that is what makes them so iconic. That's like what I was saying about the SpongeBob characters. They are all insanely flawed, but that is what makes them so likable. If you're making your character have like barely any flaws because you're so worried people will like them, then they won't like them, and you're just making a Mary Sue. Next, what I do is I think about the interpersonal relationships. So you know how I was saying about the 5-man band? Then what I did is, in one of my books that I was writing ages ago, is like I had character here, character here, character here, character here, character here. Then I was like, this character, then I drew like lines in between them and I wrote, okay, how does these two characters, what's these two characters bond? 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 So then you can think about how the characters interact with each other. For example, let me do it with my book right now. Okay, so I'd say with Amr and Juhi, it's just Amr wanting to do chaotic shenanigans and Juhi, oh my god, okay, so in my book basically every time someone uses their like magic power, they literally have to pay the cost. Their body involuntarily does it. So this can involve like bleeding out of your eyes, breaking your fingers, ripping off your hand, like your skin just gets a bunch of like allergic reactions that's very severe, rashes, bumps, etc. So it would just be Amr like using up his cost and Juhi being like, stop this behavior. But then also they're both thieves, so then both just like steal a bunch of shit together. Then I think with Juhi and Mahika, they would both just be like, finally we get a second to relax without Amr's chaotic shenanigans. And I feel like Juhi would actually get Mahika to be able to actually talk to her and open up, because Juhi's just very wholesome vibes, and they would actually have a normal talk without Mahika like insulting you every 2 seconds. Then with Mahika and Amr, I'd say it would just be them having beef for the entire thing, but like funny banter as a joke. And then all 3 of them just interact as banter, because like Juhi is very sweet and wholesome, but when she becomes savage, she will be a savage, and she will, so then that's like my kind of thing. I said it very vaguely and didn't say it properly, but you get what I'm saying. So you can do that with your cast. Also involve the villain, also you can involve background characters. Just think, how do they actually interact with each other? Because people may love characters, but they also like to see the characters' relationships together, platonic or romantic. Also, yeah, that's what I'm saying as well, you need to focus on not only romantic relationships, you can focus on the family relationships, you can focus on the like siblings, like cousins being besties, wholesome, slay. You can focus on the friendships, like not everything just focused, because I feel like this is an issue with real life as well. Everyone's always focused on making stuff about romantic relationships, and I'm like, the romantic relationship should be a part of your life, but should not be your entire life. Your other relationships are just as important. So that is what you also need to explore. The mentor, the rivals, the enemies, the friends, the besties should also be thought about in your book, rather than just focusing on the romance, because that is overrated. I'd also say don't fill out a million character profiles about what their favorite color is, what their favorite ice cream flavor is, because is your knowing is just writing, oh yeah, so I'm deciding that my character's favorite ice cream flavor is mint chocolate chip and their favorite color is pink. Oh my god, now my character's complex. Now I know so much of, no one's gonna say that, are they? So instead what you can do is do everything I said before and then answer the questions, and you should already immediately know the answer. For example, with the Reedsy How to Write a Novel course, I remember they literally had a list of 5 questions, and Tom Bromley is like, if you can answer these 5 questions about your characters without even thinking, then you already know they're developed enough. For example, let me do this with my characters. Who knows, maybe I'll get exposed that my characters actually aren't that clout. Okay, first question, and also you can answer these as well. So if you're like, are my characters, also I will link the course in the description if you guys want to check it out. I will get an affiliate if you click on it, so slay. But anyways, if you click on the thingy, click on the thingy, but answering the questions, okay, first question, what, and then answer them with me for your own characters. So then if you're like, are my characters actually complex? If they're not complex, then you know you need to like go more in depth on what the character's wants are, what the character's needs are, like go into it. So first question, what does your character have for breakfast? Okay, so I feel like Amr would just get whatever he can steal from the Lal Mahal is basically the monarchy place, right? So then he just like steals from there every day, but like on purpose. So I feel like it's just whatever their bougie dish they're serving, he'd steal it. I don't think Mahika actually eats breakfast. They give me the vibe of someone who just like doesn't eat breakfast, but if they did, they'd probably eat like, because my book's based in like India, so they'll probably have like idli or dosa or something like that. And then Juhi gives me like the dal vibes. Okay, yeah, but also probably something she'd steal. Then if your character saw someone shoplifting, what would they do? Mahika would generally just not care. Mahika would just be like, Like, I generally do not think Mahika would care. Also, I'm literally answering these off the fly. So, you see, my character's actually complex. Or who knows, maybe question 3, 4, and 5 will stump me. But yeah, Mahika would just air them, literally just give zero fucks at all. Then if Amr saw someone shoplifting, because he's also a thief, I feel like he would also steal something very obviously and then be like, oh my god, stealing gang. And then, what I want to write now. Then, with Juhi, I feel like if she saw someone shoplifting, she'd probably be like, she would just be shook, even though she's literally a thief. She would still be like, this is morally unethical. Depends on what they're shoplifting. If they're shoplifting from a tiny corporation, Juhi would probably get really upset. But if they're shoplifting from someone who deserves it, okay, the lollll, because they're literally trash, you'd understand if you read my book. Even though it's not out yet. You'd understand if you subscribe. So then when you get a notification that I've uploaded my book, then you can buy my book, then you can read it, and then you can be blessed. But anyway. But if they were stealing from like the lollll, Juhi would probably like go up to them and give them hacks on how to shoplift better so she wouldn't notice. Like she would give them life hacks. She'd be like, no, this is how you actually steal better. Then your character gets bad service from a restaurant. How would they react? Okay, so Juhi would probably just start crying but do absolutely nothing about it. Like she would just start crying but have zero like pushover, like it's fine. She'd be like, it's fine, whilst crying. Then I feel like Amr would probably just ask and be like, can I have better service? Like, what is this behavior? Stop it. Then Mahika would probably be like, would insult them either inside their head, and then if it got too bad, they'd insult them to the bad service people's face. What would your character's password be? Oh my god, okay. Amr's would probably be like, because Amr has like a million different nicknames. He like the Flaming Thief, the Agony Master, etc. So it'd probably just be one of his nicknames, followed by like numbers 111. Then I feel like Juhi, okay, so Juhi has basically these like drops of water that follow her everywhere, and she's named them and they're like her pets. So I feel like she'd probably name them after her pets. Then I feel like Mahika's password would be password 123. That's such so Mahika vibes. Mahika would just come password 123. Then if your character, also you guys need to be answering this with me. Let me know in the comments, what would your character's answer to these questions? Anyways, if your character can't get to sleep at night, what are they thinking / worrying about? I feel like this would be spoilers, but I know automatically it would be about stuff, but I'm not gonna spoil that. But yeah, let me know your answers as well, because slay. Then what I would say is make sure your characters are actually what you say they are. For example, if I'm reading a book and the narrator is like, oh my god, the main character is such a baddie, and then I read it and the main character is pathetic, then I'm gonna be like, I feel scammed. The narrator needs to get a reality check. What is this? I needs to be stopped. For example, like if you have a character that's really into fashion, but then they just wear bin bags everywhere, is that realistic? No. Instead, they can wear Anna Luisa. Click on the link in the description. Yeah, literally, you just need to actually, because it's so annoying. I'm reading books and then the author is literally like, oh my god, like the character is such a soft and sweet. No, literally Colleen Hoover though. Why does Colleen do this? Colleen is literally like, oh my god, he's boyfriend material, and then in the next page, abuse. I feel like a good way, because like since you've read your book so many times, you might be delulu, so you can just make your friends read it. Like ask your friends. Like I asked my friends, like I asked a lot of my friends about like my characters, and all of them have a different favorite character, which is great because that means like one of my characters isn't insanely trash, you know. So ask your friends, ask your friends who are brutally honest to you, because I remember when I was in year 10 and was writing a trash book, my brutally honest friends were like, your character is so fucking annoying. But then I showed them my book now and they're like, oh my god, your characters are amazing, you see. So get people who will tell you to your face. You can also think about what their flaws are, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are. You can also think about their physical appearance as well, like based on the vibes, like just what vibes they give you physically. Write that down. Oh my gosh. Okay, I kind of took this one too far in year 9, but you can also think about, oh my gosh, what the character's idiosyncrasies are. For example, do they bite their nails? Do they scratch their hair, etc.? Don't go too insane with this one, because when I was in year 9, I literally did this to the max. I called it quirks, and I made a video of me reading my book I wrote when I was like 14, and it's actually atrocious. One of the character's quirks is to eat hair. One of the other character's quirks is to eat his watch. One of the other character's quirks is to drink coffee, but I took it too far and he's sipping his cappuccino in every single scene. It's so bad, like So don't take it too far, but it's a nice thing to think about. Maybe mention it a couple of times, not in every scene about his cappuccino. Also, as you're literally writing your book, your characters will literally evolve anyways. For example, there's a character in my book called Bhavna. She was two people. She fused into one person. As you change, people, like in the outline she was two people, then she became one person. So as you write, your characters will naturally evolve. And make sure you listen to your characters, okay? If your characters are telling you, I want to do this, don't force them to do that. Do this, because you're getting a channeled message from your characters. Your characters are talking to you. Your characters are telling you what to do, period. Because let your characters naturally evolve and naturally get more complex, and while you write, you will figure more stuff out about them anyway. Also, make sure you can subvert expectations. Don't do the basic thing. Like, for example, if your character's a nerd, don't make their personality nerd. Like, maybe they're a nerd but they're also a jock. Like, don't just make your character nerd, personality trait nerd, backstory nerd. And there's so many tropes that, like, look at real life as well, and how people in real life also subvert expectations. Or it could be like, character is expected to do X, plot twist, they do Y, or anything like that. Then also another cool hack I do is that on every single page, I like write a like internal monologue from the character in just a line of like their internal thoughts in italics. I know, like, during Juhi chapters, it's just her stressing. It's just like, I'm so stressed out right now, And then with the Mahika chapters, it's just like Mahika coming up with a really rude insult. That's funny. And then with Amar, it's just him being like, I definitely know what I'm doing. Anyways, that's one of my advice. Go buy Anna Louise's jewelry. You will not regret it. Invest in yourself. Click on the link in the description. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Click Anna Louise's link in the description. It's literally the top line. It's really easy. And also subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.